Okay, people, let's pay attention here. This is Mr. Bryce, and I'm in a workshop right now, so let's get this done. Piecewise linear functions, Common Core Algebra 2 homework. So this is just to refresh your memory. Yesterday, we did page 21 and 22. We saw here that a piecewise function is made up of more than one equation. They don't necessarily have to be linear, but in this case, they are linear. This tells you the domain. Okay, notice that there's no gap in the domain. It goes from 0 to 0 right there. Okay, so when we graph it, there's not going to be any gap. It passes the vertical line test because this is filled in and that is empty. There's no gap. So basically, from -3 to 0, right here, from -3 to 0, we filled it into this equation, but at 0, we had to jump to this equation right here. We started filling them in. So our last point that we plotted was right here at -1, -4. But we had to go close to 0 by plugging 0 into this equation and saying, oh, it would be at -3, but we made it an open circle. Interval notation means we use parentheses and brackets. This means union. Union means we're going to join them together. We then found the function's equation, f of x equals the brace. We counted the slope. We went up to the y-intercept by doing the slope again. The slope was up 3 over 2, so we went up 3 and over 2, bam, there's the y-intercept. For this one, we went up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, right off the graph paper. We counted it, we got the y-intercepts. We found the slopes, we wrote them in y equals mx plus b form. We had the interval. Remember, a horizontal line is y equals a number. Horizontal line, y equals a number. Whenever you have to find the y-intercept of something, you want x to equal 0. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so we're looking for the y-intercept. This is, if the y-intercept is right there on the x-axis, x is 0. So all you have to do is plug in x equaling 0 into both equations. Let me find out what pops out. Now listen, x equals 0. Oh, x is 0 for this one because 0 is less than 2. So that's going to give us the y-intercept. Okay, so this was the y-intercept over here. This is the x-intercepts. Where the x-intercepts, we make y equaling 0. So we set the equation as equal to 0. And neither of them intercepted. We didn't have enough time to graph it. Now let's go on to today. Okay, page 21, I believe. Let me take a look. Page 23. Here we have a piecewise function. It's broken into 3 pieces. Answer the following questions based on the piecewise function. Evaluate each of the following by carefully applying the correct formula. Okay, Okay, so the first one says function value at 2. Let's get a little bouncing ball here. Creative pen. Let's pick that one right there. This whole thing says the function value at 2. At 2, let me see. 2, nope, doesn't fit in there. 2 is not less than -2. Is 2 in between -2 and 3? Yes, it is. So I'm going to plug 2 into this equation. 2 plus 8 is 10. You try this one. Which equation do I use? -4 is less than -2. So I use the first equation. Plug it in. I plugged it in. I typed into my calculator. I got out a -23. Function value at 3. Which equation do I use? Do I use this one? Or do I use this one? They both have a 3 in it. Wait, this one says x is greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so I use that one. We know what 1/3 of 3 is. 1 plus 7 is, let's see if it says 8. It is. That makes me hungry. That's a math joke. Function value at 0. Which one do I use? This one right here. -2 is less than 0, which is less than 3. True. Use that equation. 0 plus 8 is 8. Let's go to the next question. 3 linear equations have y-intercepts of -3, 8, and 7 respectively. Yet the functions can only have one y-intercept. If it has 2 y-intercepts, it fails the vertical line test. Which of these is the y-intercept of the function? Explain how you made your choice. Okay, again, we're still using this right here. These 3 linear equations have the y-intercepts of -3, 8, and 7. -3, 8, and 7. Only one of them is the true y-intercept of this function. Which one is it? Remember what I said earlier? The y-intercept, x equaling 0. Which one has x as 0? Let me see. Is 0 less than -2? No. Is -2 less than or equal to 0? Yes. And is 0 less than 3? Yes. We use the second one, x plus 8. So the y-intercept must be 8. Let's see what Mr. Bryce said in his work. When x equals 0, use that one. Yep. Sorry, my handwriting is extremely messy there. Calculate the average rate of change over the interval. -3 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 9. Show your calculations that lead to the answer. Give it a shot. Teacher, you can hit pause. Okay, I hope you hit pause. Just hit the pause button down here, not this one up here. That one down there. Okay, calculate your average rate of change over the interval. Delta y over delta x. If you didn't do delta y over delta x, go ahead, give it a shot. Change in y over change in x. Well, the tough part is, which one do I plug it in? I got to plug in -3 into one of these equations. I got to plug 9 into one of these equations. Do those go on top? Do those go on bottom? The answers. Okay. I found the function value at -3. Why did I use the first equation? Because -3 is less than -2. Found it to be -18. I hope it's right. Then I found the function value at 9. Plugged it in the last equation because 9 is bigger than or equal to 3. Delta y, the answers. This answer minus that answer. So this answer minus that answer. Then the x's. Since I put this answer first, then I got to put -3 underneath. It's hidden in there. I got to put 9. -3 minus 9 is -12. -28 over -12. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Bingo. New question. Number 2. Determine the range of the function g of x. There's an equation and its domain. There's another equation and its domain. Notice it's terminating. -2 to 6. Don't put arrows at the ends. Determine the range. There's the domain, the range. Okay. Well, you know what? It says do it graphically. So you can make a table. I know it's linear, so I need the first point and last point. These are both underlined. So those are terminating points there. I found the points, and I graphed them. Bingo, bango. That's this first equation. Second equation, open circle, down to here. That's kind of off. 6, 0. Let me see. Hang on. Hit pause. There we go. That's much better. What happened was that the mouse grabbed the page and moved it. So I just locked it in place. You notice the range, lowest y value to the highest y value. Okay. Go ahead. Do the next page. I'm leaving you probably 20 minutes. Even though this was a 10-minute video, I know that you need a little bit of time to hit pause, back it up a little bit, give it a shot. I'm going to send this to you using the Remind 101 app. Good luck.